Someone who cannot command himself must be commanded by another. Imagine that. Right now, somewhere in the world, there's a man more solitary than you. And yet, he is winning. Because he refuses to accept less than he deserves. He walks alone, steady, while so many others trade their dreams for comfort. While many seek company just to feel complete for an instant, this man is building, with his own hands, everything he has ever dreamed of. And the world fears people like that. Meanwhile, you apologize for being single. You desperately use dating apps. You lower your standards because you were taught that a man without a woman is incomplete. They told you that being single is a failure, that being alone means you're broken. But here is what no one wants you to discover. Being single is not a weakness. And if you don't use this phase to your advantage, you will spend your life as a supporting character in someone else's story. Friedrich Nietzsche understood this over a century ago. The herd wants you coupled, domesticated, predictable. It wants you to divide your focus, your resources, and your power. Because the man who belongs only to himself is dangerous. Pay attention. This video won't comfort you. It won't promise that someone special is coming. It will do something much more valuable. It will show you how to become so complete in your own company that anyone else becomes optional, never essential. From now on, your anxiety will be replaced by discernment. Your neediness will give way to security. Because you weren't born desperate for a relationship. You were programmed for it. Since childhood, they've repeated the same script. Find someone, settle down, reproduce, repeat. Movies, songs, family, and friends. All pushing the same narrative. That being single is being incomplete, that being alone is a failure. They taught you that independence is selfishness. Because the herd needs you weak, dependent, predictable. A single man is a wild card. He can't be controlled with emotional blackmail. He can't be manipulated with drama. He can't be cornered with ultimatums about marriage, children, or promises of commitment. The herd fears the man who says, I don't need anyone right now. Because this man can walk away from anything. A job, a city, toxic people, social expectations. He is ungovernable. And ungovernable men rewrite the rules. That voice in your head that insists you're incomplete without someone is not yours. It's the chorus of the crowd speaking for you. They trained your mind to believe that solitude is a punishment when it's actually power. That independence is sad loneliness, when it's actually full freedom. Your transformation begins when you silence that programmed voice. The one that apologizes for going to the movies alone, the one that feels ashamed at weddings, the one that believes you're broken just because you don't collect validation from others. You are not broken. You are free. And freedom scares the herd, because it reveals how trapped they are, even with company. Before we continue, please like the video and subscribe. Your support helps this message reach more people like you. And remember, you can just listen to our videos while doing other tasks. Now, we continue without further interruptions. The man who belongs to himself. Friedrich Nietzsche described the Übermensch, the man who creates his own values, who refuses to live by society's standard script. And there is no clearer test of this script than how a man handles his own singleness. Most people follow the programming without question. Study, get a good job, find a girlfriend, have kids, buy a house, work until you die. This is the automated treadmill of human existence, safe, but completely ordinary. The man who belongs to himself, on the other hand, asks different questions. What if I don't follow this path? What if I don't need anyone's approval to feel complete? What if I decide that my time, my resources, and my energy don't need to be divided with anyone, until I wish to? The truth that few dare to face is this: being single by choice is the supreme act of self-ownership. You wake up and answer only to yourself. Your time is yours. Your money is yours. Your decisions are yours. Your dreams do not bend to anyone's insecurities or limitations. While so many ask for permission to pursue their goals, you simply execute them. While many avoid risks in the name of others' responsibilities, you take them on with precision, because you only need to consider one single person: you. This is not a rejection of love. This is a defense of the freedom to choose consciously. It's about being with someone because you want to, not because you need to. It's about knowing when to walk away, without guilt. It's about saying no to the ordinary, even when it's disguised as affection. The man who belongs to himself doesn't beg for validation. He doesn't need to be chosen by anyone, because he has already chosen himself. And when that choice happens genuinely, everything changes. You stop doing things for attention. You stop lowering your standards just to be accepted. You stop accepting emotional crumbs from people who should be grateful to have access to your presence. You stop chasing. You become the prize. And this is exactly where you become dangerous to the system. Because a man who recognizes his own value is not easily led, nor convinced, nor bought. This new position has immediate effects. You start negotiating projects with absolute focus, without distractions. You stop building your life based on the expectations of others. You enter any environment bringing value, not asking for space. Your words become more surgical. Your yes begins to signify real commitment. Your no begins to carry authority. And most importantly, the respect you inspire no longer comes from a social label like boyfriend or husband. It is born from the coherence between your intention, your action, and your results. Society is used to men shaped by others' expectations. Men who shrink themselves to fit into a relationship. Men who fade away to please. Men who live according to what is accepted, and not what is true. But the man who belongs to himself doesn't live to fit in. He lives to expand. And if someone wants to join him on this journey, they must be ready to grow together. Or get out of the way. Numbers, time, and strategy. Freedom is not just a beautiful idea. Freedom is practice. And nothing reveals the truth more than numbers. You can talk all you want about autonomy and personal power, but your budget will show if you are truly living it. Maintaining two intertwined lives is expensive. Housing, food, entertainment, gifts, travel, unforeseen events. Almost everything doubles in value when it's shared. While many couples live negotiating spreadsheets, the strategic single man transforms the savings from that difference into an investment. Where there is a dilution of resources, here there is concentration. Where there are emotional decisions, here there are cold choices, guided by logic and long-term vision. And if money speaks loudly, time screams even louder. A typical relationship requires dozens of hours per week. Dates, conversations, misunderstandings, social events, family obligations. By the end of the year, that's hundreds of hours that could have been spent developing new skills, building a business, perfecting a technique, or cultivating good contacts. Nietzsche translated this into images. He who wants to fly must first learn to walk, run, climb, dance. One does not start with flight. You don't build an empire by explaining every step to someone who demands constant stability. The free, ambitious, and disciplined man understands one thing: being single is a high leverage advantage. You can move to another city for an unexpected opportunity. You can work 80 hours a week building something that matters. You can say yes to the necessary discomfort for growth, that same discomfort that so many relationships try to avoid. While others divide their attention between maintaining the relationship and dreaming of the future, you invest 100% of your energy into becoming undeniable. And when that happens, when you become undeniable, the rest follows. Including the right relationships. But they arrive from a place of power, not neediness. This is the true economy of life. Being single is not taking anything away from you. It's saving you from everything that is not worthwhile. Saving your mental energy. Saving the need to explain every move. Saving the precious strength that separates those who just complete tasks from those who build paths with purpose. This doesn't mean you should eliminate affection from your life. It means you should refuse connections that sabotage your learning curve. It means protecting your calendar as if it were your most valuable asset. Because it is. Every invitation has a hidden cost. And the one who pays that cost is always your most important project, building the life you truly want to live. The man who belongs to himself looks at his own schedule the same way an investor looks at his asset portfolio. What meeting is profitable? What commitment consumes without return? What conversation expands my vision? What call drains my energy? While others fill their days with distractions disguised as social obligations, you learn to protect what is most rare: focus, time, and creative energy. Sovereign mind and creative destruction. Relationships are psychological battlegrounds. Not because partners are villains, but because the whole world changes how it judges you the moment you enter one. Suddenly, your identity is no longer built on your growth, your vision, or your achievements. Now, you are measured by your performance in the role of a good partner. That's where the danger lies. They start asking if you're a good boyfriend. If you're going to get married. If you're providing enough. If you're committed enough. Gradually, your decisions stop being guided by what drives your mission and start revolving around what is good for the relationship. You begin to avoid opportunities that cause stress. You avoid risks that might compromise the couple's emotional stability. And, sooner or later, you stop growing, because all growth requires change, and change is what most threatens the comfort zone built for two. This is how strong men become mediocre. Not by failure, but by being successfully domesticated. The dangerously single man does not enter this labyrinth. He doesn't need to debate every step with an emotional committee. His decisions follow a single criterion: does this bring me closer to or further from my goal? Simple, direct, and non-negotiable. While many explain why they can't travel because of a relationship, you are already on the plane. While they try to negotiate permission to take risks, you are already executing. While they deal with another episode of relational drama, you build a system where that drama has no place to exist. This is not coldness, nor isolation. It is mental sovereignty. It's understanding that your mind belongs to you. Your decisions belong to you. Your future too. And until someone proves in practice that they can add to, and not restrict, these three areas, you will continue gloriously, strategically, and dangerously alone. Nietzsche called this creative destruction, tearing down old structures so that something better can be born. Your singleness is exactly this in motion. While others preserve showcases of stability, you destroy beliefs that limit your potential. While many maintain an apparent peace, you declare open war against mediocrity. Relationships often become museums of who you used to be. Someone falls in love with your 1.0 version, and then resists every new update. They want constancy, even if it means stagnation. They want predictability, even if it suffocates your progress. They want security, when every great transformation requires risk. They want you to remain exactly who you were at the beginning, even if that beginning was just a draft of what you are destined to be. Selection, solitude, and society. The weak man collects relationships. The strong man curates them. Being single is being discerning. You don't need constant company, and that's why you only accept the kind of company that truly adds value. You don't need emotional validation, so you only get involved with people who challenge your mind, elevate your vision, and confront your stagnation. This is the true ideal of connection, friendships that sharpen you, not drain you. Bonds that expand your thinking, not lower your standards. People who inspire you to be more, not who applaud you for less. And the funny thing is, when you are not in a hurry for a connection, you end up attracting better connections. Because people respect what they don't have easy access to. They value what they have to earn. And they remember what they couldn't manipulate. The man who is single by choice can be ruthless in his criteria, precisely because he doesn't need anyone. He can cut ties without drama. Maintain boundaries without justifying. Choose alliances based on mutual value, not shared neediness. This doesn't isolate, it strengthens. Instead of surrounding yourself with those who need you to stay small to feel bigger, you begin to walk with those who expect and deliver excellence. Solitude is not a punishment. It is the foundation of construction. Every great work had solitary moments as its foundation. Every revolutionary idea was born from the silence of someone who knew how to sustain their own company. The crowd thinks poorly. The herd creates poorly. Original thought requires original space. And that space is solitude. While others fill every minute with noise, distractions, and social maintenance, you develop one of the rarest and most valuable skills in the modern world, the ability to be with yourself without discomfort. To be silent without reaching for your phone. To think without needing external stimulus. To create without seeking immediate validation. This is where real strength is formed. Not just in the sweat of the gym, although that has its value. Not just in social exchanges, which are also important. But in the quiet moment when there is only you, your thoughts, and your raw potential. Nietzsche spent years in this creative tension. Great inventors, artists, and leaders did the same. Solitude is your laboratory, your workshop, your command center. It is there that you test ideas, develop skills, plan moves, and transform into the version you need to be, without the interference of anyone who wants you to remain as you always were. To master solitude is to master yourself. And he who masters himself is not dominated by anyone. You become the type of man who doesn't need anyone, and precisely because of that, you attract everyone. There is a powerful effect that few people have, the mirror effect. When you are genuinely fine on your own, it reveals the hidden dependency of those who don't know how to live without external approval. When you build something significant in silence, it shows how empty many couple routines are. When you grow without needing a partner, it exposes how many relationships have actually slowed down progress. This is uncomfortable. Married friends will tell you that you're missing out on something, but observe their actions more than their words. They envy your freedom. They live vicariously through your decisions. They wish they had the courage you have. They even complain about the relationships they try to convince you to seek. Women will tell you that you just haven't found the right person yet. But observe their behavior. Many are attracted to the very independence they criticize. They want to be the exception to your rule. They want to be the only one who broke your solitude. The truth is that your independence doesn't just serve you. It exposes the discomfort of others. And the truth, however liberating it may be, almost always makes people uncomfortable. The final transformation. Less than 30% of people who watch our videos make it to the end. The majority give up halfway through. Distracted, rushed, uncomfortable with the silence that the truth imposes. But you stayed. And that says more about you than any relationship status. If something inside you aligned with the message of this video, leave a comment. Not for the algorithm. For yourself. Right. I'm proud to be single. This phrase is a reminder that you have turned the key. That, from now on, only what multiplies will enter your life. Nothing more than that. You understood that being alone is not being behind. It's being awake. That being self-sufficient is not arrogance. It's maturity. That building a solid life before sharing it is the greatest act of respect for yourself and, one day, for whoever comes to add to it. And if you want to go even deeper on this journey, we have created a special material for our subscribers, the Antifragile ebook. An invitation to lucidity, freedom, and the reconstruction of what you believe about love. The link is in the pinned comment, in the description, and on the QR code. You don't need a happy ending. You need a true beginning. Build up your life and construct, with courage, the kind of freedom that is not asked for, it is lived. Until the next video. Onward, warriors.